Okay, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Rakakadash. Okay, double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our elders of GMS, our aim salutation, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the children of Israel, the fellow laborers on the highways and the byways filling out the gaps, the people of Negro and Indian descent, Israelite foreigners as well, that have the spirit of Yahweh Shai as fellow laborers. And you women, you Aquath as well, that's humbling yourself to escape the pollutions of this world and humble yourself. Okay, now, this is a beautiful thing that we're seeing that's coming. Those of us watching, being in the spirit. I mean, it's literally, we're living in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, just actually being able to see what's coming, And actually what we've seen is what's coming is actually is of old, the beginning of times, the beginning of the 7,000 year period where Yahweh Shai as the foreman and the 144,000 elect were his workmen that was, out laboring to build everything that you see, That's literally everything that you see, from the stars to the planets to the galaxies to here on Earth. We're going back to these things of old, man, and this is a beautiful thing that we're seeing, that we're going to be soon be made into gods again. The earth is going to be up under its true rightful rulers, and this devil has to be cast down. Everything in this devil and everything that this devil done labored for is about to literally be destroyed and pushed up out of this world. This devil has been nothing but a terror on this planet, man. Death and destruction has reigned on pretty much everything that you see. Everything he's killing and destroying. So it no longer gives increase. Now, what I'm thinking about the scripture and it's on the tip of my tongue. With Cain. Let me see if I can find this. I got so many scriptures on deck right here. Scripture after scripture after scripture. It's just the spirit that's just got me thinking about certain other scriptures. It's just how the spirit of Yahweh Shai works. Well, let me grab this other thing. This phone right here doesn't work that good for me. I'm gonna keep this phone up. Keep this photo up so you can see where I'm going with this. I got a little video on this as well. I'll show you guys a little video on this. Cain, that wicked one. Cain, that wicked one. So let me grab Cain here. Okay. Cain, this is Genesis 4:15. Where Esau, the Edomites, who's ruling the earth now, that's the same devil of Cain, but his melanin was stripped of him. Okay. Oh, here we go. This is Genesis 4:9 says, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Just lying to the Lord's face right there, man. And it's the same thing that they're doing right now through the spirit, is lying to Yahweh Shai, the accuser of our brethren. When he literally, the world is literally the mind of Esau. Everything that's in its world, the confusion, the madness, the death and destruction, the thievery, the robbery, the wars, the disease. This is the mind of Esau. Is just being, he was given power to, He was given power to actually put his mind in the world, put his mind out into the world. All right. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground, and now art thou cursed from the earth. Remember, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Let me continue. Which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy land. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. Job 9:24. See, this photo is just a representative of how the earth is not given its full increase. You know, with the bottom left and top right are perfect examples, where the whole picture period is an example of the earth not giving her increase. The whole picture period, top left, top right, Shalaki, is a perfect example. That's the size of trees now. You know, they may grow a lot bigger, but not much. You know, what you can do a Google search, the redwood trees that are out west, massive trees, but that's it. You know, and they have some pretty massive trucks, pictures where they done carved out a hole through them and a semi can drive through them. But that's it. And that's just that one particular tree that's really growing that size. All right. So right now, under this wicked rulership, the earth isn't giving us increase. All right. But we're going back, and this is beautiful to think about. This is beautiful to meditate on where we're headed. This is beautiful, to know that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai remembered us. Exactly. Hence my name, my Hebrew name, Zachariah. Yahweh remembers. So it's a beautiful thing that he's remembering us, and he's going to execute his promise. All right. But right now the world is scoffing. The world is continuing to go off. 2/3 is denying us and denying the word, denying the truth, because they got to have a physical presence. They got to have something physically there that they can see and touch in order for them to believe. And that's all scriptural. That's another video in itself. But let me read 1 John 3:1. It says, behold, what manner of love the Father Yahweh hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Yahweh, but Shem Yahweh Shai. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Okay, verse 2, beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. So we're going to be given that great gift. We're going to receive our power and our strength back, and literally be put right back into that position of rulers of this earth. But right now we're still considered these bywords, niggas and alligators and so on and so on, and spicks and wetbacks and so on and so on. The many, many names, So let me continue reading this. But beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. So we're going to be just like him as he's going to come. You shall not meet me as a man. But the scripture of Isaiah that I'm roughly paraphrasing. So he's coming back in this angelic form, and he's going to turn us into that same form as well. Gods again. We're going to be rulers of this earth. So the earth is going to continue. It's going to, for this whole 1,000 years, while this devil is getting his back whipped, it's going to be building right back up to its increase. It's going to take that long. It's going to take that many years. It's going to take a long time, and I just, through the spirit, I can imagine a good 700 years, and I'm using that word 7 as completion, So it's going to take some serious years. This devil, and that's that 1,000 years that this devil is going to serve under his captivity, before he's burnt up out of this world. But this whole 1,000 years, this earth has to build itself back up again. This devil has done some horrible things to this place, to this planet. Some horrible things, man. And just think about all the plutonium and uranium and that's going to be in the atmosphere, that's going to be in the ground, that has to be cleaned up. After this great war, the War of Armageddon, the World War III, it's going to take years for this to be cleaned up. It's not going to be an instant thing, though he can do it instantly. If he chose to, he can do it instantly. All right. The people as well, So, bunch of scriptures here. Let me go through a couple of them. Psalms. I got some in Job. Let me see what I have here. To know where I need to go. Okay, let's go to Psalms. Come on. Okay, it says here. Ooh, this is beautiful. Psalms 85:12, it says. It's like, let me start at 11. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. Yea, the Lord shall give that which is good, and our land shall yield her increase. Righteousness shall go before him, and shall set us in the way of his steps. Should have just pulled that on up here. This is powerful. I might end up reading this 65:20 as well. So Psalms. There's a couple of them in Psalms, now that I mention it. We're going back to this, man. This nightmare is about over, This goddamn nightmare is about over, man. And that's exactly what it is, a goddamn nightmare. But we had to learn this evil so we can learn to appreciate the good even that much more. And in that time, we're going to praise Yahweh Shem Yahushai every day, every minute of the day, man. That praise is going to show in us. It's going to shine in us, man. So here we go again. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. Yea, the Lord shall give that which is good, and our land shall yield her increase. Righteousness shall go before him, and he shall set us in the way of his steps. I did a thing with I did a search with the word of increase, and I got a whole lot of scriptures. I mean, you can just stay in that word increase, and it covers this devil increasing in his riches, how he got it by ungodly gain, the increase of our cattle, the increase of us, that word increase is a massive, can be made into a massive video in itself, man. It's so let me go here again. I'm just going through a bunch of scriptures. Now that I mention it, let me pull this, let me open another tab here. Okay, here's Job. Job 1. I just want to go over this word here. Conversation with Satan and Yahweh. Hast not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahweh. So the word I'm studying now, what I want to go into is the word hedge itself. And what's going to be installed around the whole nation of Israel forever and ever is that hedge. The hedge is the hand of Yahweh, the power of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that hedge, let's go in that word hedge. We go there. Suk. To hedge or fence up or about. All right. Doesn't really give you much there. Let me do this. Let me see how many times that word is actually mentioned in the scriptures. Hedge. Ooh, it's in here quite a bit. He's going to install a permanent hedge around us. Fence. So it looks like a lot of times the word hedge is used for the wicked. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. So ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedges for the house of Israel to stand the battle in the day of the Lord. That's 2/3. It's these niggas is totally disregarding the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. So let's go back here. Let's go to Job 8. Oh, come on. Come on. Here we go. Ooh, here we go. Job 8 and 6. If thou wert pure and upright, surely now he would await for thee, and made the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. Though thy beginning was small, yet the latter end shall greatly increase. For I inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. For we are but of yesterday, and know nothing, because our days upon earth were shallow. But my point is here, though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should greatly increase. And not just us as a nation, the whole earth itself, man. The whole earth itself. So this is why I want to show you this here. Here we go. Let me let this video play. I don't want that sound. It's a powerful video here. Jeez. See, just giving an example. Now imagine those thousands of years at the beginning that these trees were growing. You know, when the earth itself was pure, the air, the ground, the soil, everything was pure, man. Everything. That one's impressive. You know, that's a damn mountain. That's impressive. Trees are miles high. Miles high, man. See, that's an even better one right there. Look at that. Look at that. So, let me go in the scriptures again. So, this is Isaiah 65. 65 and 20. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old. And 100 years old is just an example when you go into it, a larger number. It's an example. Here, let me do this instead. It's an example of a larger number. Shall die 100 years. See, be as part of larger number. A lot to look forward to, brothers. Got a lot to look forward to. I never looked up this. Didn't look at this. Just looking up this years, as division of time, as measure of time, as indication of age, a lifetime. You know. Remember Methuselah, who lived 900 and was it 968? Oh man, a long time. Let's just put it that way. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. Hope I can spell it right. Wow. Yeah. I'm spelling it wrong. Yeah, let me see if I can find it in the Bible real quick. Again, I'm not going to try and stay on this too long. It might take me too long to find this. No, don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing. It took a long time. Okay, so where was I at? At Isaiah 65. And it reminds me of that video I showed you here reading this. Okay, and the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. And right now, the devils are living long lives, man. Long enough to give their inheritance to their, to their offspring, So it says, and they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit it. Now what do you see? You see Issachar building his ass off, man, for these houses and for these devils and their gardens and their, working their asses off, man. It says, they shall not plant and another eat, For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the works of their hands. There it is. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people. For the days of a tree. For the days of a tree. These are old trees, ancient trees from thousands of years ago. These trees took thousands of years to get to this size. Just imagine them at their full when they were actually standing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Just imagine these trees when they were actually standing. Just imagine this tree in its full strength. Just imagine that, man. And he's comparing us to these ancient trees. He's comparing us to these ancient trees, how it's going to be in the kingdom of heaven. That's going to be here on earth. He's comparing us, man. This is mind-boggling. You know? They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. Again, man, you can't fathom. We can't even, you can't even put it in words, the kingdom of heaven, man, what's to come. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. And right now ain't nothing but bloodshed, the wildlife tearing itself apart just to eat, just to survive. Same way with men. And dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord. This is beautiful, man. That's Isaiah. And I had another one I wanted to read as well. And actually, I have a couple more I want to read. So the rightful rulers are going, that First John that I read, the rightful rulers, First John. 1 John 3 and 1 and 2. Wants to say, for beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. The rightful rulers. And when we're, like I said, put back into our position, the saints shall take the kingdom. When we take the kingdom back, led by Yahweh Shai, there it is, Psalms. Let me see. Here we go. To the chief musician of Niganoth, it's almost song. The Most High be merciful unto us and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us, Salah, that thy way may be known upon earth. Thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O Yahweh. Let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy. And so he's not talking to the other nations, because the other them heathens can't sing, man. The great singers of the world are Israelites, as you see. All the great singers that you can think of. Whether they look like a Jake or whether they look like an Israelite foreigner, all the amazing great singers are Israelites, man. So we love to sing. Even if we can't sing, we love to sing. Especially a song comes on that's amazing, that has the lyrics on point, the music, the beat, is all the musical instruments that's been played are all in a high spiritual vibe. You want to sing along with it. It says, "Oh, let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon the earth." Salah. So the world is coming back under a new a new government, and that new government is the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me see what this word go into govern. It's to control. I know government means to control the control of the minds of the people. You know, if you go into the etymology of the word government, you know, to lead, guide, to lead, bring, to lead and guide. They don't have the primitive root word of the word, but to govern, to lead. So you know who the leaders are. The true rightful leaders is the children of Israel, the gods, you know. So, and govern the nations upon earth, Salah. Let the people praise thee, O Yahweh. Let all the people praise thee. It says, then shall the earth yield her increase. There's an account where a cluster of grapes, it took two mighty men to carry them. A cluster of grapes. Come on, come on. If I got this right. Numbers 13 and 23. Methuselah going, I got to get that, man. I hate the fact that I couldn't spell it right and pull it up. But there's other examples. Noah lived long. You know, there's other examples of how they mention years. You know, Numbers 13:22. And they ascended by the south and came into Hebron, where Ahiman and Shishaiah and Talmai, the children of Anak, were. And now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And they came upon the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes, and they bare it between two upon a staff. And they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs, and bare it between two upon a staff. So it took two men to carry one cluster of grapes. Right now, a cluster of grapes is what you holding up and have a bunch of grapes on it. That's a cluster of grapes. Let me do this. I have to do this cluster. This is how. So, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. Okay, where's that word? Here we go. I'll just give you a cluster. A group of similar things or people, positional quine, cluster. Here we go. This is Esau's blessing. This is Esau's blessing. That's a cluster of grapes in Esau's world. Now imagine a cluster of grapes when we're put back in our rightful position as rulers of this world. It says, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes, and they bear it between two upon a staff, between two men. Imagine that. Imagine that. So it says, then shall the earth yield her increase, and the Most High, Yahweh, even our own power, shall bless it. The Most High shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. You know, that's the time we're coming up. You know, Isaiah 14. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the house shall take them, and the people shall take them, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive, whose captives they were, slaves. 14 and 1. 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 14 and 1 That whole 1,000 years is going to be something else while the earth is building back its strength. Because the wicked were taken down in their work, in their vain, their vain works. It's going to be taken out of this world, be destroyed. And everything will be put right back in its righteous order. A land Sabbath, tearing down of these fences and gates so the cattle and horses and pigs and cows and sheep can graze naturally. Buffaloes, you can eat buffalo. Here you got these state parks. They use a lot of them have signs up: close at dark, close at 11. Sun comes up. It may be a handful of people that whole damn day that may walk through the trails of this park. This devil is something else, man. So again, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, who has smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. The earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee. And right now you got this devil just cutting down the trees, man. This is an example of the devil cutting down the trees, though. Here's an example of that. At one time, they cut the rainforest on fire. And then you got these works going on. Now, the scriptures tell you how these certain trees, these trees has a purpose. Some trees, they're just to help build oxygen. The trees is built just for, for building. You just don't go chopping just any damn tree down that you choose. So the scriptures tell you. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. The earth is going to have a beautiful vibration to it. That's going to be harmony. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us. You see? This is beautiful. I had a scripture I wanted to read. It was something. Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm going to close it with this here. This is the book of Baruch. I'm not sure where I want to start at. I'm not sure where I want to start at. Let me see here. And there's something I wanted in here. There's something in Baruch 2 I wanted in here. Let's just scroll down in this. Baruch 2 and 13. I'm just going to read some. I might have to do a little skipping here and there. Okay, Baruch 2 and 13. Let thy wrath turn from us, for we are but a few left among the heathen where thou hast scattered us. Hear our prayers, O Yahweh, and our petition, and deliver us for thy own sake, and give us favor in the sight of them which have led us away, that all the earth may know that thou art the Lord our power, because Israel and his posterity is called by thy name. O Lord, look down from thine holy house and consider us. Bow down thine ear, O Yahweh, to hear us. Open thy eyes and behold, for the dead that are in the graves, whose souls are taken from their bodies, will give unto the Lord neither praise nor righteousness, but the soul that is greatly vexed with goeth stooping and feeble, humbling, and the eyes that fail, and the hungry soul which will give thee praise and righteousness, O Yahweh. Therefore we do not make our humble supplications before thee, O Yahweh our power, for the righteousness of our fathers and of our kings. For thou hast sent out thy wrath and indignation upon us, as thou hast spoken by thy servants the prophets, saying, Thus said the Lord, bow down your shoulders to serve the king of Babylon, so shall ye remain in the land that I gave unto your fathers. But if ye will not hear the voice of the Lord to serve the king of Babylon, I will cause to cease out of the cities of Judah and from the without Jerusalem the voice of mirth and the voice of joy, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, and the whole land shall be desolate of inhabitants. But we would not hearken unto the voice to serve the king of Babylon. Therefore hast thou made good the words that thou spakest by the servant the prophets, namely, that the bones of our kings and the bones of our fathers should be taken out of their places. And lo, they are cast out to the heat of the day and to the frost of the night. And they died in a great misery by famine, by sword, and by pestilence. And you see examples of that now, these worldly archaeologists, and they put them on display, on tours, in these museums around the world. The devil got some. Ooh, this devil's is something else, And another thing, I'm not sure which university it is. When on Edomite University, they had the School of Geronimo, where they go practice these Freemasons, where they go do their freaky things behind those closed doors in their demonic temples. Man, it's something else. It's something else. And the house which is called by thy name hast thou laid waste, as it is to be seen this day, for the wickedness of the house of Israel and the house of Judah. O Yahweh our power, thou hast dealt with us after all thy goodness and according to all that great mercy of thine, as thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if ye will not hear my voice. And that's one of the main messages we throw out constantly every week on the highways and byways. We're trying to get the people's attention, but they're ignoring us, man. They're not trying to hear the voice of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So they're about to go through something. Well, let me just put it this way. They're about to experience a lot of damn pain before they burnt the hell up out of this place. So verse 29, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And here we go. We're starting to remember who we are. And that remnant is waking up to where Yahweh, where the Hebrew Israelites is waking up on who we truly are, our heritage, our true heritage, man. So that's what it means by, for I knew that they would not hear me because of a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember me. And the 12 tribes is scattered amongst many nations in these captivities, amongst many nations, all through the North America, South America, all through the West Indies, Europe, Africa, just on and on. And shall know that I am the Lord their power, Yahweh, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. So he has a name, and clearly we're calling on that name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that's a promise that he had with our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Every nation didn't come through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, and they shall be the lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. So again, the earth, Psalm 67:6, the land will give us increase, and we will have an increase. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, to be their power, and they shall be my people, the Israelites, Yashuala. And I will no more drive my people, Israel, out of the land that I have given them. Hope you were inspired. Hope you were edified. Until next time, Lord willing, shalom.